according to the newspaper Bild of Germany, half of German citizens are trained to live on benefits until they realize what the future brings. And there's a video embedded in the article, and it's about 20 minutes, but it's very revealing as to what will happen in the future, in the very near future, if we go to a reset. It looks like a gulag with vehicles patrolling the streets and, of course, drones overhead. There's no way anyone could escape such a, what would we call it, 15-minute city? According to the Bild survey, 52% of the respondents state that there is no work motivation. Can you believe that? APE is particularly aware of the issues of the 2030 agenda, so we saw with interest that it distributes, quote unquote, to its fellow intellectuals the news that it wants more than half of Germans to have no vision for life other than being fed fat by the state dependency allowances. And this is written by the wrong man. And it is the recipe proposed by the WF for the idle citizens to be in total control of the government, the state. In other words, a regime on the model of China, with the pandemic being an experiment in this direction, while the next tools will naturally follow, especially until November 2024, when the election contest for the selection of the new US president is scheduled. If the elections are finally held, an idea that Elon Musk called New Woke Times does not particularly like, the benefits to which the citizens of the European Union, whose leadership participated with sponsorships in the work of the Chinese Institute of Biology in Wuhan, as well as the imposition of the vaccines, are addicted to them, as other Pavlov's dogs, are particularly unhealthy. In fact, they aim at your ashes, since in the meantime, you'll have fully surrendered to the father state. Now, let's see what's happening to German citizens, according to a website that reproduces from the APE in the relevant news. More than half of Germans think it's no longer worth working after new increases in welfare benefits, according to a poll by the INSA Institute on behalf of the Bild newspaper. Of course, if you're given free money to just sit around and do nothing, of course you have no motivation to work. According to the survey, 52% of respondents say there is no incentive to work for a full-time minimum wage earner, as they do not ultimately earn much more than the unemployed person living on benefits. Germany also seems divided on whether the increases decided by the government are right or not. 45% approve them, while 44% consider them unjustified. In the 2024 budget, the basic unemployment benefit increases from €502 to €563 for an unemployed single person without children. Increases are also given to low-income parents, who will receive from 2025 €636 for the first child and €530 for each child thereafter, from the general allowance of €250 for each child, as is currently the case. With a minimum wage of €1,450 net, a full-time minimum wage worker is no longer considered sufficiently attractive by many. Our priority is to maintain incentives to work. Employment will be a condition for some of the benefits, precisely because parental unemployment is an important factor that leads to children below the poverty line, said Finance Minister Christian Lindner, defending the government's decisions. And as I said, there's a very interesting video. It's cartoon type, but it's very revealing, about 20 minutes, and it's very interesting to watch. This I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.